there was this man named Upton Sinclair that we talked about in a previous video that was a muckraker. Remember, muckrakers are just people that are reporters, they're authors, they're journalists, and they usually write articles or books that expose a problem in society. He went into the meatpacking industry and he wrote in his book about all the gross stuff that he found there. He found that rats were running around the meat and they were defecating, having feces and dung in there. And then the people in the factories in these meatpacking plants would throw out poison bread for these rats, and these rats would eat it and then die. And then together their feces and their bodies would be mixed in with this meat and would be canned or processed and sent out for people to buy and eat. And those people would get sick as a result of all the contaminants and gross stuff in there. Also, these factories, these plants, these slaughterhouses had workers working long hours and they were cutting themselves because they were exhausted. There was poor lighting, and some of the blood and even little bits of finger might get in the meat, and that wasn't thrown out. That was canned or packed as well and sent out to people. So there was lots of gross stuff in our food, and there weren't a lot of safety procedures. The government was what we called laissez-faire. They were hands off of the economy and hands off of businesses. So businesses could just get away with this. Companies can get away with this. And it wasn't until Upton Sinclair exposed this problem that people decided we need to change. People read his book, The Jungle. They called for the government to create laws, create new agencies to regulate, put rules on these different food industries and make sure their food's safe. Since the Progressive era, we started having these different nutritional labels that will tell us what's in our food. So that's what the FDA does and what it continues to do today. Make sure our food and our medical drugs, it tells us what's in it and what that nutrition is. The Meat Inspection Act is going to make sure our food is safe. The Pure Food and Drug Act is going to make sure our food and medical drugs, as you see, food and drug, they cannot be what we call adulterated, can't be misbranded. You can't say something's meat and then it turns out it's not meat. You have to be very specific with what is your food, what ingredients are in it, and that it cannot be unsafe to consume. So that's it for today. Excuse my Teddy Roosevelt slide on the next one. That's for our next video. And we will see you next time. Thank you.